This week, this YouTuber, let me pull it up here, JBR Collector, he put out a video ranking all of us. Well, I should say all of us. We were not included in this list. We did not even make the list. But the list is the best and the worst action figure influencers. And sadly, Bill, you and I did not make the list despite recording over 145 episodes of our podcast.
That's right.
Still not getting the respect of our peers.
No traction.
It's just not happening for us. I posted that stupid video on TikTok today of Goofy with the bone hat, and it's already at 10,000 views. It's the only video that we can get anybody to watch.
Just keep putting phallic imagery on all of our TikTok and be like,
clearly,
look what they did.
Clearly, that is the only thing that the internet responds to. But let's take a look at his list, because he put a lot of time into this. There's a lot of characters on here. So I tried to get through it. Cards on the table. I could not finish it. It's nearly an hour.
But I wanted to see
who some of these friends were. I'm trying to look at the graphic, but the play bar is blocking the bottom. But I do see. So the list goes from A to D, and then above A is S tier, and we had to look up what S tier is. Apparently, It originates from Japanese culture, so AKA nerds.
Whoa.
So D tier, I guess, is the lowest as far as what I can see here. The only person that I recognize on here is a channel that you mentioned in the past, Bella's Toy Chest.
Right, no longer up and running.
It's an inactive channel.
Yes.
But what can you explain what Bella's Toy Chest was?
I know. So she presented herself as a media aficionado, collector, into vintage, everything like that. Had an OF channel that I'm sure was supplementing a lot of these purchases. She would go into conventions, stores, back when they were doing a lot of the in-store, finds. That's kind of gone away for now, but
the toy hunts,
yes, at least on YouTube. So she did some of that.
Yeah, okay.
Had a following, but fizzled out.
She is the lowest of the low, according to. Actually, there looks like there is. It must be F. There's a tier below D. I can't see it where I am in the video. Oh yeah, F tier. So Bella's Toy Chest F, probably in part because she's no longer active. I think that was one of the criteria for grading people, that they had to be low, or they had to be active. Another one that I noticed, Collect Jurassic, all the way down on the D level. Now, Collect Jurassic is an active channel. We became aware of them because they got shut down by Mattel after posting some Jurassic Park toys, photos that were not intended to be released, and Mattel just straight up pulled the plug on all of their channels. Right. But this guy, this friend, JBR, not a fan of Collect Jurassic. But let's jump up. This surprised me. Toy Galaxy only rated at B level. Now, I think this invalidates the list altogether, because Toy Galaxy is the most professional toy channel that has ever existed. Like, he writes his scripts, he produces his videos, he has a teleprompter. It's like, how are you ranking Toy Galaxy? Like, I think he even puts his shows on that Amazon platform where you can buy them.
Okay.
How could you rank Toy Galaxy lower than other channels?
It's very bizarre. So, Dan Larson does he goes Dan from the Photo Booth, which was always fun. He's got a very good top 10 each year that he kind of culls through all his purchases. Very engaging, very charismatic, a good member of the community. But I wouldn't agree with that one bit. He's up there.
Yeah, I need to go back through and listen to this and understand his
the rationale.
Reasoning.
What's
how do
the
you
metric?
Rationalize that?
Where's the metrics?
Right. Yeah, what are we doing here?
What are we gauging this on? Yes.
So A tier is almost as good as you can get, and we find our good friend PixelDan amongst the A tier friends. And I think this is fair. Dan's been doing this a long time. He puts a lot of effort into his videos. You may not be a fan of his shtick, but he is passionate about the toys, and he presents himself, and he prevents, well,
what's he preventing?
I want to say, not Fred. He presents himself in a professional way, except the times where he's wearing the He-Man cosplay. That's a little not going to include that on a job application, but he's trying to get into character. He's just showing how big a fan he is.
Passion for the brand.
Yeah. So S tier, we have the Foosh, which I think is 100% correct. They just the amount of content they produce and the different lines. Obviously, They get a lot of those NECA Turtle previews, and they do amazing photos. They have a whole team. The Foosh is not just one person. The Foosh has been around since it was just a message board, and it became this juggernaut of action figure photography. But even so, I feel like they've remained not under the radar, but I feel like they're still like one of the guys, they're not like, they're not like big timing anybody. They are still collectors. They are still fans. And I feel like they have kept that connection to the community.
They walk amongst us collectors.
They're one of us. Yeah, we are one of them. Are you looking at the YouTube video now to see? Because I'd like to comment on these other people, but just from the thumbnail, I don't know who this is.
I'm afraid to even open anything else on my computer.
Fair enough. Yeah,
computer at the moment. So I'm gonna pull up the list.
So on his list. There on his YouTube video, there's a link to that you can recreate your charts. They have the little icons here. Unfortunately, there's no information about who these people are. It doesn't have the channel name. So I'm looking at this thumbnail of a man in a Spider-Man t-shirt doing the Hulk Hogan, and he is also S tier, but unfortunately I don't know him. And then there's like an animated Autobot drawing, which I feel like is Shartimus Prime. Because he is very well known. So
yes.
I'm guessing that is Shartimus Prime, and he's right up there. And he, other than that McFarlane interview he did, where he didn't call out Todd for those very odd comments, I do think that he does a lot. And so aside from ourselves being excluded from this list, I think the fact that there are people on here that are no longer active, shows that there is a glaring omission from this list, Bill. I think you know who I'm talking about.
I have to agree with you 100%. I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
It's so interesting how quickly the internet forgets. Yes. They went from being the internet darlings to nothing. They've gone. It's
unsolved mysteries.
I know.
Mysteries at this point.
It's unsolved. Someday we're going to do that documentary and hunt them down. I still think I saw one of them. I really think it's like my Bigfoot moment. Like I really think I saw them. It would make sense. It would make sense. The location.
Right.
So we're obviously talking about Shocker Toys. No. I forget the name of the channel now. What was it?
Oh my, you really? Collector's Crush?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm having some COVID fog today, and I don't even have COVID. It's a little something else. Yes. So, Collector's Crush. I wonder where they would fall on his list. I think we need to submit some new friends for him to rank and see, because there are people on here that I just don't know from their icon. There's a cat wearing a Captain America hat. There's Nerd Zoic that I've never heard of. X-Manny 87.
I'm surprised Retro Blasting didn't make this list at all.
There are some glaring omissions.
There are.
So I think what we need to do is we need to either make our own list, which he got almost 20,000 views, and we do need to pump up our YouTube somehow. So maybe we'll do a little research, and maybe this can either be a bonus episode or something. But we'll make our own list, and we'll put a different category for ourselves, because obviously we need to be. Maybe can we fairly rank ourselves? Do you think we could look at this list and without bias say that we probably are here. Do you think we could do that?
I could do that based on.
You could do that.
I could definitely do that based on how much engagement in what we do for the channel and for the brand. Yeah, I could definitely do that.
All right, so we'll both independently decide where we go, and it'll be interesting to see how we view ourselves. So that's what we'll work on that for next week or the future. But I think it will be interesting to see, because we've been on the internet since there has been internet. I don't know about you. I definitely was back the AOL days. I mean, Sir Steve's been around since the beginning, like Yakface and Rebel Scum. Like and they're still active. That's the thing. These people who have been here since day one are still active. Whether the characters, the proprietors of the channels have changed maybe, but those brands exist. So I think the fact that they're not listed here, we need to do let's go all the way back to the beginning of the internet, of the toy internet, and we'll make our own list. So look for that coming soon.